Iran has announced plans to install 6,000 advanced centrifuges for uranium enrichment at its nuclear facilities, signaling a significant escalation in its nuclear program. This development has raised concerns among the international community, particularly as it comes amid stalled negotiations to revive the 2015 nuclear deal. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, has confirmed Iran's plans, stating that the advanced IR-6 centrifuges are capable of enriching uranium at a much faster rate than older models. Before we proceed, please like, comment, and subscribe to help us with the YouTube algorithm. The decision to expand enrichment capacity follows growing tensions between Iran and Western nations, particularly the United States. Iran has justified its actions as a response to U.S. sanctions and the lack of progress in lifting economic restrictions. The Iranian government has maintained that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes, but the installation of advanced centrifuges raises fears of potential weaponization. This move also reflects Iran's frustration with the breakdown of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, the 2015 agreement that limited its nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. The U.S. withdrawal from the deal in 2018 under President Donald Trump and the subsequent reimposition of sanctions have pushed Iran to gradually scale back its compliance. These actions include enriching uranium beyond the levels permitted under the JCPOA. The installation of 6,000 IR-6 centrifuges would significantly increase Iran's enrichment capacity, enabling the production of higher purity uranium more quickly. This development is alarming to Western powers, as enriched uranium can be used in nuclear weapons if it reaches weapons-grade levels. Iran's nuclear advancements have heightened regional tensions, particularly with Israel, which views Iran's program as an existential threat. The IAEA has expressed its concerns about Iran's nuclear activities, emphasizing the lack of transparency and limited access to monitoring sites. The agency has called for increased cooperation to ensure the peaceful nature of Iran's program. However, Tehran has accused the IAEA of being biased under pressure from Western nations, further complicating diplomatic efforts. Efforts to revive the JCPOA have remained at an impasse, with neither side willing to make significant concessions. Iran demands the removal of all sanctions, while the U.S. insists on stricter measures to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. The stalemate has led to a dangerous escalation, with both sides ramping up their respective strategies. Iran's nuclear ambitions have also drawn criticism from neighboring countries in the Middle East. Gulf Arab states, particularly Saudi Arabia and the UAE, have expressed concerns about the potential destabilizing effects of a nuclear-armed Iran. These nations are urging stronger international action to curb Iran's nuclear progress. The international response to Iran's latest actions has been mixed, with the US and European nations calling for immediate de-escalation. Russia and China, allies of Iran, have been more measured in their reactions, urging diplomacy, but resisting sanctions or punitive measures. This divide among global powers complicates efforts to form a unified response. The escalation in Iran's nuclear activities underscores the fragile state of global nuclear non-proliferation efforts. It highlights the risks of relying on unilateral sanctions and pressure tactics without sustained diplomatic engagement. Analysts warn that without a renewed focus on dialogue, the situation could spiral into a broader regional conflict. In conclusion, Iran's plans to install 6,000 advanced centrifuges mark a critical juncture in its nuclear trajectory. While Tehran claims peaceful intentions, the lack of trust and transparency exacerbates fears of potential weaponization. The international community faces the challenge of balancing diplomatic efforts with measures to prevent a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. A resolution will require significant compromise and renewed commitment to multilateral diplomacy.